Hey Trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. So Trackies, I hope you all have not forgotten the bombshell revelation that Elaine Thompson-Herah, our double Olympic champion, is no longer being coached by her husband Darren Herah and is now being temporarily coached by a former MVP. Yes, a former MVP, I didn't stutter, coach Shaniki Osborne. Now we did hear from Shaniki Osborne as it relates to, the working relationship with Elaine Thompson-Herah. But I'm not gonna lie. All we want to hear is what Elaine Thompson-Herah has to say. And finally, the woman in question has spoken. So I'm gonna let you take a listen to what Elaine Thompson-Herah had to say, and then I'm gonna get back with my thoughts.
Well, pretty much as a pro athlete, you're gonna make addition and adjustment for improvement, and I think having her being a part of my squad will help me prepare for the future and for the upcoming Olympics and championships to come. It was something in my mind from a year and a half now, wanted her to come on the team, and I think after the trials I said, okay, why not allow her to come to be a part, feel her out now before we start the 2024 season. So I think working with her now prior to the end of the season, I think it could give me more, I would say more decision to see if I really want or stick with her for the rest of the years to come or stuff like that. But I'm just working with her for the moment, and if that's what I like and based on how she works and if her works can bring back the speed, okay, I have a problem having her on my team. She's cool, she is a person, know what she's looking for and based on what we discuss and talk about stuff that bothers my injury, we're trying to prevent doing stuff that work it up or act it up. So, a team makes the dream work, and I'm looking for somebody to, help me to be back where I was, and I think making adjustments, and having the right mindset. And she knows me like for years now, so working with her, so working with Candy, so I know she will help me to get me back where I was before. He's still a part of the team, of course. We will never let him out. No, I won't.
All right, Chucky. So there you heard her. So Elaine Thompson here. I said, look here, I've been thinking about this for over a year. And personally, it sounds as though, she was thinking about Shaniki Osborne in question for over a year. She said, look here, I have a professional club. So I've been thinking about adding members to ensure that, I can get back to my best. Personally, when I think about it, is either maintaining her speed, getting better, but clearly, now that she's on a decline, it's getting back, to her best. So I find that interesting because, a few days ago, someone said to me, like, who told me that, Elaine Thompson here was having an issue with her coaching? And I was like, are you forgetting that Elaine Thompson here herself, switched coaches? Listen, it doesn't matter how loud, outsiders get. We're just outsiders. You know what I mean? We could ask for her to switch coaches all we want. You could tell her to go back to MVP all you want. If she is able to see, results in her training, minus the injuries, because again, if she's injured, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? But if she was able to see the results she wanted in training, then she would not have made the move. So she made the move. So clearly, there was a question mark over her coaching. So here she has confirmed that, listen, I've been thinking about this for over a year. Now, interestingly now, though, she chose, right after trials because, and I think this is a very smart move. She didn't want to wait until, the beginning of the 2024 season. She said, I want to test out Shaniki Osborne right now to see if it's a good fit for me. And if it's not a good fit for me, at least I'll have time and not disrupt my 2024 too much because, again, that's the Olympic year, right? So she was like, it's best this way so that if I need to make a switch, then I'll have time to make the switch and, my 2024 season can progress. But I'm not going to lie, Trackies, I'm getting good vibes. The subtle line tone of the conversation to me is letting me know that things are going well with Shaniki Osborne, because we did hear from Shaniki, and she said, listen, Elaine has always been fast. It's not to just bring out the speed, plus of course work around the injuries. And now we're hearing Elaine Thompson here. I said, one, of course, it was always finding workouts that would not make her injuries any worse, plus also get her back to her best. And based on how she structured what she was saying or how she was wording it, to me, it it sounds like she has to sit down already, which is a good sign for us trackies because again, who doesn't want to see Elaine Thompson here get back to her best? I mean, come on, 10.54, 21.53. We are dying to see her stand again tall with women like Sharika Jackson over that 200 meters and of course Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price over that 100 meters. She is that woman that can definitely step into that fray and challenge, and possibly give Jamaica back 1, 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Now, with that said, again, she herself, made this decision and she's been thinking about it for over a year. You know what I mean? Again, she knows what she is doing, right? So, I, it wouldn't be media if they didn't sprinkle a little sauce on the whole thing. So yes, they asked her, would you go back, to MVP or consider going back to MVP? And she was like, no. Yeah. She just said no. And she did one of these things. But Chuckies, what can you expect? I already said that the first interview with Silver Francis, left a bad taste, in everybody's mouth. And personally, if I was Elaine Thompson here, I would have taken issue, with that as well. Just how everything was worded to me was, poor. And again, it did come out, of course, in poor timing as well, in my opinion. So clearly, Stephen doesn't want Elaine. Clearly, Elaine doesn't want to go back to MVP. So at this point, I think it's finally time for us to let it go. Well, not me personally, because I've been harboring thoughts, of her going back to MVP. Don't get me wrong, I've been harboring thoughts about her getting a better coach, but not harboring any thoughts going back to MVP. I'm not silly. I saw, or I heard rumors as it relates to, how everything went down. It wouldn't be comfortable for MVP and it wouldn't be comfortable for Elaine Thompson Hero. So again, I was not asking for her to go back to MVP. So I think it's time for us to let it go. I'll be Elsa. Let it go. Let it go. If I had my niece here, she would sing it. Anyway, so it's time for us to let it go. And, hopefully Shaniki Osborne works well with Elaine Thompson. Here, again, I'm getting good vibes there. Now, on top of the sauce, they decided to take some pepper and some salt and make it extra spicy. So they did ask her about, her husband, Darren Hera, and where he fits in all of this, if he's no longer part of the setup. And she's like, he'll always be a part of the setup. And my thought process is, what did you all expect? This is her husband. Like, come on. Minus the coaching issue, that's no resolve. She has herself a new coach. From a management perspective, I see nothing wrong with, him continuing, to work along with her in whatever capacity or however he can assist, his wife. I don't see any issues there. To me personally, as long as of course, he lets coach remain coach because Steven talked about it. He let coach stay a coach, and he can, do whatever else on the outside, personally. But, with that said, Chuckies, I have to say, I am excited, with this new move by Elaine Thompson here. Again, I am getting good vibes, that things, are working well. What do you think though? Do you think things are working well with Elaine Thompson here? Do you think that Shaniki Osborne has been able to, get out some speed? We see that she's listed, in a few diamond leagues. I don't want to really talk about that, yet, but if she's listed, it means that Elaine is ready to run. Excited, right? I am excited. Right? So sound off in the comment section below, like the video, and of course subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.